What's up, guys? Hey, I got stringy ass hair from being out. We were rocking with the windows down. We were jeeping with the windows down. Me and my children's. Mac and Bonnie are snoozing over there. They got too much fresh air. But what is up, you guys? I wanted to kind of just elaborate on a couple of things this evening. If you are popping on, say what's up. Let me know that you're here. And especially even if you're in the replay. So one of the things that I wrote about in that, like, if any of you guys took the time to like go and read that course page that I made, one of the things that I said there was like learning how to crack the code. I'm like, and this is one of my favorite things that like came out of nowhere, and I'm like, man, that was brilliant. Sometimes this shit just flows out of me. But learning how to crack the code of like utilizing your own energy and like your own strengths and power to change the way that you're operating overall. Like that's kind of the overall goal that most people have in general, right? Like if we're trying to better ourselves, we typically are trying to find a way to live life on our terms or live life in a like less complicated fashion, right? Hey guys, I see you're jumping on. Say hi. Let me know what's up. If you guys have any questions about anything, pop them in. I really thoroughly enjoy having the chit chat sometimes. But anyways, so, I mean, when I explain it this way to people, when I say to them, like, cracking the code to your own energy and utilizing your own strengths and your own thought processes, hey girl, what's up? That is, doesn't it feel like such a more powerful thing than just stating like I need to change my mindset, or I need to redo the process that I use, or I need to focus more on this, or I need to be more consistent? Like, while all of these things are true, when you think about it and you're looking internally, because at the end of the day, like all of the answers and all of the guides that you can come up with, like they're great and everything, but the real answers and the real power lies within you, and it lies within what you do and how you are doing it. End of story, right? So that's something that, without even really realizing the best ways to explain these things, like that's where these like little one-liners have come out of me lately, is like, that is what has shifted in the way that I operate over the past however many years. A few years, I guess. And I'm just trying to get more of that across and let people know what that means and what that's about. Because you guys know, like, come up on the scene as the get shit done queen, the queen of productivity. Like, that's my jam, right? That was like a big thing for a really long time. Everybody wanted me to help them become better with time management, streamline their processes in their lives, which are all things that I still do. But like the reality of that is that it was never really about having the perfect plan. Like, don't get me wrong, I can always help you come up with the perfect business plan and plan for a project, whatever it is. But what goes on behind that is what matters the most. What goes on inside of you and how you choose to show up and what you choose to do every single day, and how you feel about those things, your consistency, like all of that stuff, that's what actually makes all these other things work. That's what makes everything else flow. I've talked before, you guys know, like, about all the different areas of your life and how they're connected. And just the truth of the matter is that it is a rare occasion that somebody focuses all of their energy on one area of their life and then everything thrives. That's typically just not how it goes. You have to be able to live holistically and understand that everything's connected. But so how do we do that, right? Like, that's overwhelming to people, where I'm like, yeah, you need to communicate better. Like, you can have better relationships. You can have, take care of your body. Like, you need to eat right, sleep enough, hydrate yourself, take care of your business, have those conversations with your team, create the perfect plan, be on social media, like, look and do all of these things, right? And everyone's like, whoa, that's so much. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. Well, yeah, it is overwhelming. It sounds overwhelming, especially when you say that. But what if you realize, what is the common denominator between all of the things that are happening in your life, all of the things that are connected to you and everything that affects you, that everything you're responsible for, everything you want to do or are doing? What is the one thing that's connected What's the common denominator of each one of those things? Well, it's you, right? So if you focus in on filling your cup and doing what you need to do and honoring who you are and utilizing your own personal strengths and your own personal energy and making that a priority first and foremost before everything else, imagine how that would impact everything else around you. Makes sense, right? I was talking with a client the other day, and we were talking about like how she's of service. Like she's always, yeah, Kevin, exactly. So how she has like a heart of service, and she always is helping people and this and that, and how she does a great job of it. Like she services her clients very well, and she takes very good care of all of her family and friends. She does a great job. She's doing a much better job of taking care of herself too. But like, it was in that moment where she was like, "Holy crap!" I said, "Yeah. What if this whole time you had been taking care of yourself the way that you should be? Think about how much more you could be giving to everyone around you and how much more you could be helping everyone around you if you were taking care of you first, if you were putting your energy into consideration in general, like your own state of mind, your own well-being, your own sanity. Like I always talk about grounding yourself. Like that's something we're going to talk about a lot in the series that I have coming up. Like all of this is actually part of that series. But like when I say grounding yourself, I mean like calming your energy, centering, getting like in touch with what's happening so that you can interact in the way that you want to interact, and you can attract what you want to attract, and you can engage the way you want to engage, and control situations in different ways than we like to admit are possible, just because we don't want to put in the work, or maybe we're scared, or we don't, we feel selfish, or like it's wrong for us to do that, or whatever all these like other things that we have that pile up within us are. But like imagine if you gave yourself the time and attention that you needed, and you put that first, and you realize by doing that how much more in depth and beautifully you would then show up in every other area, right? So like that's what I tell people all the time. Like okay, let's just break this down. I was talking to my hairstylist the other day, who is a friend. We've known each other since high school, and we were just talking, and I was talking about all these different things. So I'm about to like go off on a tangent here, guys, so this is going to be good. I said something about my therapist, and then I said something about my coach, and then I said something about my energy healer, and then I said something about my psychiatrist, and she was like, we were just talking, and I go, holy shit, like I sound like a hot fucking mess, right? Like this list of people that I just described to you that I work with on a consistent basis to keep me where I need to be. And she was like, but Jamie, think about it. And she's right, and I know this, but it was really nice to hear from someone else. But like, if you didn't have these people to help keep you sane and keep you thriving and feeling great and moving forward and doing all the things that you need to be doing, how could you help all the people that come to you for that? And like, that's the cool part. Anybody who's worked with me privately, anybody who's in my Operation Do group knows this. Like, I will not show up half-assed. Ever. Like if something is going on, I will not show up half-assed for you. It just will not happen. So I will just be super blunt and honest. Like I can't I'm not showing up half-assed today. We're rescheduling or whatever, which doesn't happen a ton, but I definitely will be upfront with that, because I will always give what is necessary, and what I take the responsibility of showing up for people very seriously, especially in my work. So if I didn't have all these people that I utilize to help keep me good, if I didn't make myself a priority every single morning and at the end of every single day, I couldn't help everyone else. And it's the truth. So imagine if you have a family. So say you have like 3 kids, right? And a household to run, and you have a job, and you have a husband or a wife. Like, if you're not taking care of you, at least some, like I get it. I've been in the mom spot. Like I totally understand. It is a challenge. It is a fucking challenge. I've never doubted that it was a challenge, but then I did it for a while, quite a while, solely by myself, and it is a challenge. But like, if you aren't filling your own cup and you're not taking care of yourself, what happens? You're snapping at your kids. You're fucking screaming at your husband. You're not showing up. Your house is a mess, and then you feel like shit every morning when you wake up. You're not taking care of yourself at all. So if that is not a priority and you are not putting the way that if you're not cracking the code of how to utilize yourself, your energy, your power in the way that you're operating across the board in your life, you're not serving everyone in your life the way that you want to be serving them. And then that comes with a whole nother laundry list of emotions and guilt and regret and all this other bullshit that we then carry around with us, and it brings us deeper and deeper down. Is this making sense, you guys? So when I talk about cracking the code to utilizing your energy, your power, who you are, and like setting the stage for how you're going to operate across the board in your life, like it's some of the most powerful shit you'll learn. It's some of the most transformative shit you'll learn and do. And it needs to be a priority. If more people made that a priority, and more people we'd have a lot less depression and anxiety and suicide and divorce and like just unhappy people in general. That's something, quite honestly, that I'm going to start speaking out about a lot more as far as like the mental health goes, because I'm not going to go into it right now, but I have a lot to say about it just from my own personal experiences that I'm going to speak about. But anyways, so that's why I made this course, you guys. And that's why I'm so freaking excited about it and passionate about it. And I just, I haven't capped it. Like, I was going to cap it at a small amount, and I haven't capped it because I want as many people that are interested in learning how to change your life in that capacity. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. As many people who are willing and able and wanting to learn that and change their life in that capacity and really take control of like your own energy and the way that you play into every single thing, the thought process, the language, the way that you are approaching everything, like the foundational shit, but incorporating it in a feel good, like this, like life doesn't have to suck, I get to choose how my life is going to go, sort of fashion. Like, these are fundamental things and things that you can start doing right away. And like, that's why I built this. And that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I've seen it change my entire existence. I've seen it change everyone else I've ever engaged or introduced to it. It's changed them too. So that's why I'm also doing it at such a low price point. And I also just added a payment plan for those of you who want to check it out. I'll put it in the comments, but each class you can buy individually. They're $97 a piece, or if you want an all access pass, you also then get an added bonus at the end. You get a free Zoom call with me, which is like a $250 value you then get for free. At the end, it's basically you're getting like 9 weeks of private coaching with me and like tons of data and information to keep forever. You get that, you're getting that, and then the Zoom call at the end for $308 or $308. If you do the payment plan, it's 3 payments of $111. So it's just those numbers. Like, I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow on my business page and talk about this. But like, I run my company extremely intuitively. I have a great business background, and I'm really good at technical business and like logical business and actually, the fundamentals of business. So when I went to college for, I built several companies, over close to 10 successful businesses for myself and for other people. And like, I know all of that businessy stuff. But what I choose to do in my company, and I've done this from the beginning, is like my pricing, what I'm offering, how I'm talking about it, who I'm talking to, who I allow to even be my clients. But especially, it's funny, like the names of things that I do and like the price points, it's 100% intuitive. Like, a lot of times there's not a rhyme or reason to it. It's what feels right to me. It's what I'm being told is what I'm supposed to be saying, what I'm passionate about, what's coming out of my mouth. And the price point typically is the same way. So like, a lot of times, especially if it's something I'm like uber passionate about and I just want as many people to get it as they can, I price it. Seems like the prices are always pretty low, which I'm fine with. It's all good. Trust me, if I wasn't, I wouldn't be doing it. But like I said, I'm going to talk more about that, about like running a soul-based business tomorrow. I'm going to do a live stream about that specifically because it's an interesting topic that a lot of people don't grasp, that you can do both. Like you can have a soul-based, intuitive-based business and still run a successful company and still hustle your ass off and still work really fucking hard, but you're doing it. There's a lot of interesting dynamics when you let go of some of that like corporate that is embedded, and instead you're like, okay, cool, I can run my company in this capacity, but I'm also going to allow myself to be heart led, soul led. So, anyways, hey Sean, what's up, friend? So if you guys have any questions about that course, like let me know. Obviously that really wasn't the point of this live stream. I was definitely just talking about in general, like ask yourself those questions. If you guys are just jumping on, I would really suggest rewatching the video talking about how putting yourself and your own power, your own energy into the game is what cracks the code for you to live life and operate on a very different level than you ever knew was possible. Like I'm honestly living proof. Like if Sean's still here live, he and I met originally when I was running my ass off every day, working like 70 hours a week at a body shop, like a group of body shops. Like I was a very different person. A lot of the guts are the same, the bones are the same, the core values are the same, but the way I operated life then and the way I operate life now, I never knew that life could be this way. So anyways, guys, that's why I share all this shit, because I've done it. Like I built it, I lived it, and I want more people to understand that they can too. So I am gonna jump off. I don't even know what time it is. Close to my bedtime, so I'm gonna go do my like bedtime routine. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you're just jumping on, I would really suggest starting the video over. I'll go ahead and put the link to that course here in the comments. And if you have any questions about anything, let me know. And I will talk to you guys all soon. Enjoy the rest of your night.